When Bewitched first aired in the 1960s, it captivated audiences with its whimsical charm, yet clever humor, and the sparkling magic of Samantha Stevens, the witch who just wanted to live a normal suburban life. But while Samantha could snap her fingers to fix almost anything, real life was not so simple for the cast who made the show iconic. Over the decades, many of the show's talented stars have sadly passed away, leaving behind laughter, nostalgia, and a legacy that still enchants viewers today. From Elizabeth Montgomery's timeless grace to the unforgettable performances of her co-stars, each loss reminds us how fleeting magic can be. Let's remember the Bewitched actors who brought their own kind of spell to television history. Elizabeth Montgomery portrayed Samantha Stevens, a beautiful and clever witch who tries to balance her magical heritage with the life of a suburban housewife. Samantha's kindness, wit, and quiet strength made her one of television's most beloved characters. Montgomery appeared in Bewitched from 1964 to 1972. Born on April 15, 1933 in Los Angeles, she was 31 when the series began. Her character reflected the evolving image of women in the 1960s, independent yet compassionate, magical yet relatable. Montgomery's acting career began in the early 1950s, and she gained recognition for dramatic roles in The Twilight Zone, Johnny Cool, and later the Emmy-nominated The Legend of Lizzie Borden. Her elegance and versatility made her a television icon. She died on May 18, 1995, age 62, from colorectal cancer in Beverly Hills. Samantha's enduring legacy lies in her charm and subtle defiance of gender stereotypes, inspiring generations of TV heroines. Agnes Moorehead played Endora, Samantha's flamboyant, witty, and mischievous mother who disapproved of her daughter marrying a mortal. Endora's powerful presence and biting humor gave the show its spark of chaos and magic. Moorehead appeared from 1964 to 1972, bringing theatrical energy to every scene. Born on December 6, 1900 in Clinton, Massachusetts, she was 64 when the series began. A veteran of radio and film, she began acting in the 1920s and became one of Orson Welles' Mercury Theater players. She earned 4 Academy Award nominations for The Magnificent Ambersons, Mrs. Parkington, Johnny Belinda, and Hush. Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Her career spanned 6 decades, marked by her distinctive voice and commanding performances. Moorehead died on April 30, 1974, aged 73 from uterine cancer in Rochester, Minnesota. Her portrayal of Endora remains a cultural symbol of independence, female power, and unapologetic confidence in television history. David White portrayed Larry Tate Darren's manipulative yet endearing boss at the McMahon and Tate advertising firm. Always chasing clients' approval, Larry embodied the moral compromises of corporate America. His comic greed and charm provided sharp social commentary on 1960s business culture. White appeared in Bewitched from 1964 to 1972. Born on April 4, 1916 in Denver, Colorado, he was 48 when the show premiered. Before joining Bewitched, he had an impressive television career appearing in The Twilight Zone, Perry Mason, and The Fugitive. Trained in New York theater, he was respected for his professionalism and dry humor. White's nuanced portrayal made Larry Tate both a caricature and a mirror of real-world ambition. He died on November 27, 1990, age 74, from a heart attack in North Hollywood. Larry's legacy endures as one of TV's first satirical depictions of the smooth-talking ad executive. Dick York was the original Darren Stevens, Samantha's mortal husband, appearing from 1964 until 1969. Darren's exasperation and devotion formed the emotional center of the show, as he struggled to maintain normalcy amid magical mayhem. Born on September 4, 1928 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, York, was 36 when Bewitched began. His acting career started in radio at age 15, followed by Broadway success in Tea and Sympathy. He starred alongside Gary Cooper in They Came to Cordura and in the film adaptation of Inherit the Wind. York's career was cut short after a severe back injury on set, left him in chronic pain, eventually forcing his departure from Bewitched. He died on February 20th, 1992, age 63, from emphysema in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His gentle humor and sincerity made Darren an enduring symbol of patience, love, and the ordinary man facing extraordinary circumstances. Dick Sargent replaced York as Darren Stevens from 1969 to 1972, bringing a more relaxed, confident energy to the role. His Darren was slightly more modern and self-assured, mirroring changing attitudes of the late 1960s. Born on April 19, 1930 in Carmel, California, Sargent was 39 when he joined the series. Beginning his career in the 1950s, he appeared in numerous television shows including The Twilight Zone, Gunsmoke, and One Happy Family. Off-screen, he was known for his charm and advocacy for social causes. In 1991, Sargent publicly came out as gay, becoming one of the first leading sitcom actors to do so, earning widespread respect. He died on July 8, 1994, age 64, from prostate cancer in Los Angeles. His portrayal of Darren remains admired for its humor, steadiness, and subtle reflection of an evolving, more accepting era in television history. George Tobias portrayed Abner Kravitz, the skeptical and perpetually grumbling neighbor, who often dismissed his wife Gladys's bizarre claims about witchcraft next door. Appearing from 1964 to 1971, Tobias brought Abner to life with perfect comedic timing, grounding the show's whimsy with realism and sarcasm. Abner was the rational everyman, gruff practical, and hilariously uninterested in the chaos surrounding him. Born on July 14, 1901 in New York City, Tobias was 63 when the series began. His career had taken off in the 1930s with Warner Brothers, where he appeared in classics like Yankee Doodle Dandy and Sergeant York. Known for his versatile supporting roles in both film and television, Tobias was celebrated for his subtle humor and expressive delivery. He passed away on February 27, 1980 in Los Angeles from bladder cancer at age 78. His portrayal of Abner left a lasting legacy as the perfect straight man in a world of magic and madness, an anchor of comedy in Bewitched's whimsical universe. Casey Rogers portrayed Louise Tate, the elegant, poised wife of Larry Tate from 1966 to 1972. Louise was the epitome of charm, graceful, socially adept, and understanding, often serving as a bridge between Samantha and the mortal social circle. Her warmth and modern sensibility gave the show a touch of sophistication, making her more than just a secondary character. Rogers, born December 15, 1925 in Morehouse, Missouri, was 39 when she joined Bewitched. She began her Hollywood career in the late 1940s under the name Laura Elliott, appearing in films such as Strangers on a Train. Later, she found her true home on television, appearing in Peyton Place and many other series. Beyond acting, she became an author and advocate for women in motorsports. Rogers passed away on July 6, 2006 in Los Angeles at age 80 after suffering a stroke. Her Louise Tate remains admired as the portrait of a refined, relatable woman navigating friendship glamour and suburban magic. Sandra Gould took over the role of Gladys Kravitz in 1966, infusing the character with high-pitched energy and comic hysteria. As the neighborhood's most notorious busybody, Gladys was nosy, excitable, and obsessed with proving that something supernatural was happening next door. Gould's interpretation leaned toward slapstick. Her shrieks and wide-eyed disbelief became an unforgettable hallmark of the show. Born July 23, 1916 in Brooklyn, New York, she was 50 when she joined the cast. Gould had already built a strong reputation in Hollywood, appearing in radio vaudeville and TV shows like I Love Lucy and The Twilight Zone. Her comedic skill lay in timing and exaggeration, turning even simple lines into memorable moments. She died on July 20, 1999 in Burbank, California at the age of 82 following a stroke. Sandra Gould's Gladys Kravitz endures as one of television's most iconic, nosy neighbors, forever symbolizing curiosity gone wild in the name of comedy. Alice Pierce was the original Gladys Kravitz, the neurotic yet endearing neighbor whose wide-eyed astonishment became the show's comedic heartbeat. Appearing from 1964 until her untimely death in 1966, Pierce brought to the role a blend of nervous energy confusion and relentless curiosity that perfectly matched Bewitched's whimsical tone. Her portrayal of Gladys was grounded in pathos, an ordinary woman witnessing the extraordinary. Born October 16, 1917 in New York City, Pierce was 47 when the series began. A Yale graduate and Broadway performer, she first gained fame in On the Town and later appeared in The Belle of New York. Despite battling ovarian cancer during filming, she continued to work with remarkable dedication. She passed away on March 3, 1966 at age 48 in Hollywood. Her performance earned her a posthumous Emmy Award. Pierce's Gladys remains one of the most beloved comic characters in TV history, a symbol of human bewilderment in a magical world. Marion Lorne portrayed Aunt Clara, Samantha's sweet, bumbling, and forgetful aunt from 1964 until her death in 1968. Aunt Clara's character was a delightfully kind-hearted witch whose magical mishaps often caused chaos, but her innocence and warmth made her impossible not to love. Lorne's portrayal brought tenderness and whimsy, adding emotional dimension to the show's humor. Born August 12, 1883 in West Pittston, Pennsylvania, she was 81 when the show premiered. Her stage career spanned decades, beginning in London, before moving to Broadway and film, including roles in Strangers on a Train and The Girl Rush. Bewitched became her crowning achievement, earning her widespread affection and a posthumous Emmy Award in 1968. Lorne passed away on May 9, 1968 in New York City from a heart attack at the age of 84. Aunt Clara's legacy endures as the show's beating heart, a gentle reminder that imperfection can be both magical and deeply human. Bernard Fox portrayed Dr. Bombay, the eccentric woman-chasing warlock doctor, whose grand entrances and quick exits became legendary in Bewitched. Dressed in flamboyant outfits and brimming with witty arrogance, he brought a zany, unpredictable energy to the show's magical crises. Fox joined the cast in 1966 and remained until 1972, turning Dr. Bombay into one of television's most iconic magical side characters. Born on May 11, 1927 in Port Talbot, Wales, he was 39 when he began on Bewitched. His acting career started in childhood on the British stage, later flourishing in Hollywood with roles in Hogan's Heroes, The Mummy, and Titanic. 1997. Known for his impeccable comic timing, Fox embodied the charm of the eccentric English gentleman. He passed away on December 14, 2016 in Van Nuys, California, from heart failure at the age of 89. Dr. Bombay's whimsical personality and catchphrase, "Calling Dr. Bombay," left behind a timeless legacy of humor and imagination that enchanted generations of fans. Mabel Albertson played Phyllis Stevens Darren's high-strung melodramatic mother, whose constant headaches mirrored her inability to comprehend Samantha's world. Phyllis's overbearing nature and flair for exaggeration brought domestic chaos and comedic tension to the series. Albertson appeared from 1964 to 1971, portraying one of television's most memorable mothers-in-law. Born on July 24, 1901 in Lynn, Massachusetts, she was 63 when the show began. Her career stretched back to vaudeville and Broadway before she transitioned to film and television, with roles in The Long Hot Summer and Barefoot in the Park. Known for her sharp comedic instincts, she mastered the art of portraying the socially anxious matron. Albertson died on September 28, 1982 in Santa Monica, California, from Alzheimer's disease aged 81. Her portrayal of Phyllis Stevens remains iconic, a symbol of the generational and cultural clashes that defined the humor of Bewitched. Dick Wilson, known for his recurring drunk characters, became a running gag in Bewitched, portraying bewildered bystanders who witnessed Samantha's magic and rubbed their eyes in disbelief. His silent astonishment added slapstick humor and became one of the show's comedic trademarks. Wilson appeared from 1965 to 1972, often popping up in bars, parks, and restaurants as the ever-baffled onlooker. Born on July 30th, 1916 in Preston, England, he was 49 when he first joined. After serving in the Royal Air Force, Wilson transitioned to acting in the 1940s, later achieving fame as the "Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin' Man" in TV commercials, a role that made him a household name. He died on November 19th, 2007 in Woodland Hills, California at 91 from natural causes. His recurring bits in Bewitched remain a masterclass in physical comedy, symbolizing the wonder and absurdity that define the show's magical tone. Alice Ghostly portrayed Esmeralda, the timid and scatterbrained witch whose spells often went hilariously wrong. Introduced in 1969 after Aunt Clara's departure, Esmeralda's shyness and self-doubt made her instantly relatable, balancing vulnerability with charm. Her accidental magic vanishing guess or misfiring spells offered gentle humor and heart. Born on August 14, 1923 in Eve, Missouri, Ghostly was 46 when she joined Bewitched. Her career began on Broadway in the 1950s, earning a Tony Award for The Sign and Sidney Brustein's Window, and later appearing in Grease and Designing Women. Known for her quirky voice and timing, she became a beloved comic presence on stage and screen. Ghostly died on September 21, 2007 in Studio City, California, aged 84 from colon cancer and strokes. Esmeralda's enduring legacy lies in her sweet imperfection, a reminder that even magical beings struggle with self-confidence. Irene Vernon played Louise Tate, the elegant and warm-hearted wife of advertising executive Larry Tate from 1964 to 1966. Louise's composure and charm brought sophistication and a sense of normalcy to the Stevens social circle, often serving as a foil to the show's magical mayhem. Vernon appeared in the first 2 seasons, helping establish the show's suburban realism amid fantasy. Born on January 16, 1992 in Mishawaka, Indiana, she was 42 when the series began. A former model and nightclub performer, she entered Hollywood in the 1940s, appearing in films like The Big Clock and Keeper of the Flame. Although she retired early from acting, her poised screen presence made a lasting impression. Irene Vernon died on April 21, 1998, in South Bend, Indiana at 76 from heart failure and coronary artery disease. Her portrayal of Louise Tate remains cherished for its subtlety and grace, an anchor of human warmth in a world of whimsical enchantment. Cosmo Sardo played an art gallery patron in Bewitched 1965, a fleeting yet memorable role that reflected the show's charm in blending the ordinary with the extraordinary. His character represented the everyday citizen unknowingly entangled in the world of witches and warlocks, helping maintain the illusion of normalcy in Samantha's magical suburban life. Sardo appeared in the series during 1965 at age 56, having been born on March 7, 1909. A reliable character actor, he worked steadily from the 1930s through the 1970s, often appearing in small but distinctive parts in films like The Godfather and shows such as Perry Mason. His understated performances brought credibility to many productions. Cosmo Sardo passed away on July 14, 1989 at age 80 in Los Angeles, California, due to natural causes. Though his time on Bewitched was brief, his legacy lies in the authenticity he lent to the show's enchanted realism, embodying the everyday world that made the Stevens' magical antics all the more delightful. Maurice Evans portrayed Maurice Samantha's regal and temperamental warlock father from 1964 to 1971. Maurice was charmingly pompous-cultured and deeply affectionate toward his daughter, while harboring disdain for mortals, particularly Darren. His presence often stirred comic tension and theatrical flair, turning every appearance into a miniature stage performance. Born on June 3, 1901, Evans was 63 when the series began. A veteran Shakespearean actor from the British stage, he gained fame for Hamlet and Macbeth before transitioning to American television, also appearing in Planet of the Apes 1968. His mastery of eloquence and grandeur shaped the magical sophistication of the show. Maurice Evans died on March 12, 1989, at age 87 from cancer in Brighton, England. His portrayal of Maurice remains a defining element of Bewitched, blending classical theater with sitcom whimsy to unforgettable effect. Paul Lynde played Uncle Arthur, the hilariously mischievous warlock uncle of Samantha, appearing from 1965 to 1971. Arthur was witty, flamboyant, and delightfully unpredictable, known for his one-liners and tendency to create chaos wherever he appeared. His playful defiance of convention and brilliant comedic timing made him a scene stealer in every episode. Born on June 13, 1926, Lynde was 39 when he debuted on Bewitched. A celebrated comedian and stage performer, he rose to fame through Broadway's Bye Bye Birdie and became a television icon with Hollywood Squares. His humor was sharp, self-aware, and distinctly camp, leaving a lasting cultural imprint. Paul Lynde died on January 10, 1982, at age 55 from cardiac arrest at his home in Beverly Hills. Uncle Arthur's legacy endures as a symbol of joyous mischief and boundary-breaking comedy, redefining the sitcom side character with unmatched flair. Jill Foster portrayed Betty, the competent and good-natured secretary of Darren Stevens, at McMahon and Tate, appearing from 1965 to 1969. Betty was efficient and discreet, often serving as the calm amidst Darren's professional chaos. Though unaware of the magic swirling around her boss's life, she brought humor and humanity to the workplace scenes. Born on May 9, 1930, Foster was 35 when she joined the cast. Her career began in the 1950s with guest roles across television, where she became known for her approachable screen presence. Beyond Bewitched, she appeared in series like The FBI and My Three Sons. Jill Foster passed away on March 24, 2017, at age 86 in Beverly Hills, California, from natural causes. Her subtle yet consistent performance contributed to Bewitched's balance between fantasy and reality, reminding audiences that even in a world of spells and sorcery, ordinary people kept life grounded. J. Edward McKinley portrayed Benson, a client of McMahon and Tate, in Bewitched in 1967. Benson was the quintessential mortal businessman, ambitious, skeptical, and often caught off guard by the unexplainable phenomena that followed Samantha and Darren's lives. His presence emphasized the clash between the mundane world of advertising and the unpredictable realm of witchcraft. McKinley, born on October 11, 1917 in Seattle, Washington, was 47 when he appeared on the show. A veteran of television and film, he began acting in the early 1950s and became a familiar face in series like The Twilight Zone, The Fugitive, and Perry Mason. Known for his sharp delivery and expressive features, he often played shrewd businessmen or politicians. McKinley passed away on July 30, 2004, at age 86 in Beverly Hills, California, from natural causes. His contribution to Bewitched lies in his portrayal of the everyday mortal, bewildered by the extraordinary grounding, the series' magical humor, and believable realism. Sarah Segar played Agnes Baker, appearing in Bewitched in 1964 as one of the quirky suburban neighbors whose curiosity often brought unintended comic chaos. Agnes was warm-hearted yet nosy, a classic busybody who represented the ordinary world's reaction to Samantha's secret powers. Segar, born on July 1, 1914 in Greentown, Indiana, was 50 years old when she joined the show. Her acting career began in the 1930s on stage before transitioning to radio and later television, with credits in Dennis the Menace, The Donna Reed Show, and The Andy Griffith Show. Her cheerful tone and impeccable timing made her a beloved supporting actress in 1960s sitcoms. She passed away on August 12, 1990, at 76, from a brain hemorrhage in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. In Bewitched, Segar's character added warmth and humor, serving as a reminder of the charm of everyday humanity amid supernatural mischief. Thank you for watching our tribute to the talented cast of Last of the Summer Wine, who have sadly passed away. Their performances brought laughter, warmth, and unforgettable memories to audiences around the world. Though they are no longer with us, their legacy lives on through the timeless moments they created on screen. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories celebrating the stars who shaped television history.